In today's business landscape, customers demand the highest standard, and companies that fail to meet those standards risk falling behind and losing business. Welcome to Nexus Consultancy. We have dedicated over 15 years in helping businesses to implement ISO management systems for improved quality, compliance, operational excellence, and customer satisfaction. Our company's purpose is simple, which is to empower business and people. Our team of experts work closely with our customers to access their needs and create customized solutions that meet their specific requirements. We conduct thorough audits and evaluations to identify areas for improvement and help our customers implement changes that drive success. Our consultants have extensive experience and serve over 2,000 customers, and we stay up to date with the latest industry trends and best practices. Whether you're a small business just starting out or a large corporation looking to improve your operations, Nexus Consultancy is here to help you optimize your operations, increase profits, and achieve your business goals.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to this webinar session brought to you by Nexus Consultancy. So we are truly excited to have you with us today as we explore a topic that sits at the heart of every effective management system. To recap, our topic today is embracing modern quality management system or QMS by unlocking compliance, productivity, and ROI. So whether you are managing ISO 9001, ISO 45000, 14000, or any other standard, one thing remains constant, which is documented information. Yet, for many organizations, managing documentation remains one of the biggest headaches. So let's be honest with ourselves. Manual SOPs, outdated folders, uncontrolled file sharing, and so scattered approvals are still a reality in many of the companies today. So these traditional practices often result in delayed approvals, confusion over the latest version of the documents, high stress during audits, and worst of all is non-compliance risk that may go unnoticed until it is too late. Because in today's environment, compliance shouldn't be a bottleneck for your business. It should be an enabler. And what do we actually mean by that is that modern QMS shouldn't exist just to satisfy your auditors or to pass certification audits once a year. It should actively support your business goals, empower your team, and also unlock efficiency across all your operations. So instead of slowing you down with manual forms, lost documents, and also complex approval chains, modernize QMS is designed to help you speed up decision making, reduce errors, promote accountability, transparency, free up your team's free time so that they can focus on the important work, and also most importantly is to enable continuous improvement. Okay, so today we're going to look beyond basic compliance and explore how organizations can leverage digital tools to modernize Clause 7.5, which focuses on documented information. So before we start, let's do a quick icebreaker. So tell me in the comments below, currently, what is the state of your management system? So do you feel that, oh, you're halfway there, or do you feel that you're drowned in documentation, or there's too many documentation, or are you currently improving? Okay, so I see that some of you said that you're improving, and then some of you said that you're buried in SOPs, and then some of you, too many documents, no time, overwhelmed. Yeah, I can see that this is a common problem. So too many documents and being overwhelmed. So for those that are improving, good job to you. Congratulations that you are improving to become better, which is one of the core elements of all the management system improvement. Okay, so whether you're already thriving with your management system or you're barely surviving, this session is designed to meet you exactly where you are. So before we dive into the content, let me walk you through today on what we will be covering. So this session is structured into three main parts. So firstly, we will talk about introduction to ISO and the quality management system. Because before we dive into the deeper topics, we need to go back to the foundation and try to understand what ISO actually mean and what the standards are about and what is the true purpose of a quality management system and why document control, especially clause 7.5, is such a critical area. Even for those of you who are already certified, this can be a quick refresher for you because it will also frame everything that we talk about moving forward. Okay, secondly, we will talk about a modern QMS. We'll explore what makes a modern QMS, what is a modern QMS, and what is a modern QMS not. We'll look at what a modern QMS can solve and why digital tools are becoming essential for staying audit ready, reducing manual workload, and also improving your quality performance. Okay, for part 3, this is the part where I will give you some simple steps to help you start your modern QMS journey. We'll give you some practical guidance on how to get started. Whether you're a small team or a large enterprise, we'll discuss with you how you can choose the right tools, not just based on cost, but on what fits your processes, people, and also your long-term goals. So whether you are already thriving or you're just barely surviving, this session is designed to help you meet your goals. Okay, so let's begin with the foundation. So what exactly is ISO? So ISO stands for the term International Organization for Standardization. It's an independent, non-governmental international body made up of national standards from over 173 countries. That means there is one member in every country in the world. As for Malaysia, the ISO member is Jabatan Standards Malaysia. So ISO's core role is to develop and publish voluntary international standards. These standards help you to ensure consistency, safety, and quality across a wide range of industries, products, and also services. So when we talk about ISO standards, like 9001 for quality, 14001 for environment, or 45001 for occupational health and safety, we are referring to internationally agreed guidelines that the organization can adopt to improve the way they operate. So you can think of ISO like a cookbook. So inside the cookbook, you have many recipes. So chefs, that means the ISO members from all the countries, come together to create this ultimate recipe for you to show you how to run your organizations better. So these recipes are the ISO standards. And then the ISO organization, that means the International Organization for Standardization, is like the head of the chef. It does not help you to cook your food or teach you how to run your business. It does not come to check how you are running your business. All it does is it writes the recipe, it provides you the guideline, which is an internationally agreed set of instructions that anyone can follow to get consistent and also high quality results. So whether we're talking about quality management system, environmental practices, or workplace safety, ISO provides the framework to help you do things better, safer, and more efficiently. And another thing that I would like to highlight is that ISO doesn't perform the certification itself. It simply creates the standards. So who performs the certification is your certification body, example BSI or SGS. So they are the one who will come into your organization to assess and see whether you are following all the processes or all the requirements in the ISO standard. And while ISO standards are voluntary, they've actually become widely adopted worldwide, not just for them to meet tender or customer requirements, but because they genuinely help companies improve processes, reduce risk, and also help you to build trust. Okay. So many of you think that ISO is International Standardization for Organization because ISO, but actually it's not correct because the word ISO is taken from the Greek word isos, which is the image here, which is a scale. So isos means equal. So the reason is ISO standards are all about creating a common ground or a shared way of working. So whether you're a small business or maybe you're a multinational company operating across many different countries, you're all following the same rules, speaking the same quality language, same environment language, or same safety language. And ISO isn't just about rules and requirements, it's about fairness, alignment, and making sure everyone has an equal shot at doing the things right. Every year, ISO conducts a global survey to track how many valid ISO certificates are active across the year. The purpose is to give us a snapshot of how widely adopted each standard is and how can these numbers change over time. So the latest results that we receive are from 2023, which includes data up to 31st December 2023. And here is what the survey tells us that ISO 9001 has the most number of certificates, which is 837,000 certificates and covering more than 1.2 million sites. Shows that quality management is still at the heart of many business operations worldwide. So following that, we can see it's ISO 14001 for environmental management and also ISO 45001 for occupational health and safety, which shows that industries are shifting towards ESG sustainability practices. So this kind of data is also helpful for us, not just for benchmarking, but for also understanding industry trends and also where your organization stands in terms of global best practices. So now that we have seen how widely adopted ISO standards are around the world, let us narrow our focus today to one standard. So we'll be using ISO 9001 as our main example, not just because it's the most widely implemented standard globally, but also because it provides a strong foundation for understanding how management systems work. So before you start to consider like environment or safety and health, normally organizations will start with the most generic, most basic 9001 quality management system. Okay, so what is ISO 9001 all about? It focuses on three core principles, which is process improvement, compliance, and also customer satisfaction. For process improvement, what it means that it makes sure that your organization's activities have been clearly defined so that they can emphasize efficiency and also consistency and make sure they are continuously optimized. So what you need to do is you need to ensure you document your processes, monitor the performance of your processes, and then see whether there are any opportunities for you to reduce waste, reduce errors, and reduce any inefficiencies. This process improvement is built on the PDCA, which is the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle, which is a method to drive ongoing improvement. So in the beginning, you need to plan what are the things I need, what are the documents I need, what are the people I need, what are the infrastructure I need. After that, during the do phase, you carry out your operations. After carrying out your operations, you check and see what other improvements required. There are enough resources. So based on what you have checked, you can act on the required actions. So this is a continuous circle. So after you act on the required actions, then you continue the PDCA cycle. So in the modern QMS, what we can relate to is automated workflows, notifications for overdue tasks that can be sent immediately, dashboards where you can see data immediately, and then instead of printing all your SOPs, you can just upload them into the system so everyone can have the latest approved version. So in short is modern QMS transforms process improvement from a theory into a real-time living system that can help people do their work better every day. Okay, so now let's talk about the second principle, which is compliance. So compliance really means that it refers to your internal and also external requirements. Example, your legal and regulatory obligations, your laws and regulations that you need to comply to. Then secondly is industry-specific standards. And then thirdly is your customer and also contractual requirements. So what your customer wants, how is it being presented, is it being fulfilled? And last but not least, your own internal company policy and also procedures. So in the context of ISO 9001, compliance also means that you need to ensure all your processes are being documented, your records are maintained, and then your system is working as intended. So previously, staying compliant requires a lot of manual work, such as you need to collect approval from different parties, and then maybe your manager is on leave or on a business trip, and then filing systems, difficulty in tracking revision. All these can result in non-compliance if it's not being carried out properly. And it can really hinder your day-to-day operations because paper-based is everything is slow, fragmented, and very difficult to keep up with. Especially if your business is planning to expand, where you have different offices, different subsidiaries. Okay, now let's go to the third principle, which is customer satisfaction. So actually, 9001 is built on customer satisfaction because the reason we need to ensure quality product and services is because in the end, our customers are the ones who will be receiving all these. So this customer section means that having fewer complaints, delivering consistent products or services in order to meet your customer needs, exceed their expectations, and to keep them from coming back to you. So in a traditional system, all these complaints and feedbacks can be lost in emails, or maybe after telling the salesperson, they forget about it. So there's no proper root cause or no proper action taken for all these complaints or feedback. So in the modern QMS, our aim is that we are able to track what is happening. So as the management is able to know what issues are happening, why they are happening, they are able to provide response or guidance to their employees with better documentation. And then most importantly, when your customer give you all the insights and feedback, you can use all these insights to come up with data, do analysis, and then drive improvement in your business operations. So in short, a digital or modern QMS helps to turn feedback into action. And this is how you can build loyalty and also long-term trust with your customers. Okay, so now that we have explored the principles of ISO 9001, let's connect it back to the clause itself, which is clause 7.5, documented information. So in simpler terms, 7.5.1 tells you that what are the documents necessary for your quality management system to be effective. It's not about having multiple documents, multiple forms, or multiple processes just to meet the requirements. It's about documenting what is important or required or your core processes for your operations to run smoothly and also meet all the requirements. Okay, so for 7.5.2, creating and updating, it means that all your documented information need to have proper identification. So by identification, what we can do is we can give a name to your document. You can put a revision number for it, like revision 0, revision 1, revision 2 or 3. You can come up with a standardized format for all your documents, and you can assign a responsible PIC for your documents. So that person will be responsible to keep and update that document. And then next is, before all these documents are being used, they need to go through a review and approval process to ensure that they are suitable and also adequate. Because if let's say there's no reviews process, then all the employees wouldn't be sure whether they are using the updated version. And that's why review and approval is very important. So for review and approval, we'll need to see that it has been signed, whether digitally or manually. Okay, so this will help to prevent outdated or unapproved documents from being used, which is a very common non-conformity during audits. Okay, lastly is 7.5.3, control of documented information. So this is where your control part comes in. Need to ensure that your documents are accessible to those who need them and that they are protected from unauthorized changes, meaning not everybody can simply make changes to your documents. And then they are retained according to your retention period. So for example, in your procedure, it says that your forms need to be retained for 3 years. So you need to ensure that all these forms are actually being kept for 3 years and accessible for up to 3 years. And then when this information is no longer required, needs to be disposed of properly, so that we make sure that our employees do not accidentally use outdated documents or forms. So this is where a modern QMS will be very useful, because documents can be stored centrally and also accessed instantly. And you can instantly have version control, approval, and changes, and even archiving them straight away in the system. Don't need to move them to a specific file or maybe a specific cabinet to keep all the documents. And then during audits, you're able to find all this information and trace all this information easily. Okay, let's go to the next one. So let's take a look at this photo. What do you think is happening here? So this person is like packing her bags, keeping all the files. Yes, resignation. See, some people say resign, staff resign, hard copy filing, new staff coming in, handover of tasks, improper document management. Yes, so this one is a picture of someone resigning. So when an experienced staff resigns, or maybe they are retiring, they often take with them years of knowledge that was probably not properly documented. So this leads to a loss of organizational knowledge. When experienced team members leave without proper documentation or handover, so this knowledge is lost. Then without a system to retain and share that knowledge, you will lose consistency and also increase onboarding time, because you will need to search for the information that has been taken away. And then you need to understand all this information, absorb it, comprehend it. And then after that, only you can teach the new person. And then teaching the new person, onboarding the new person also requires time. So it will take a lot of time and also effort that will be wasted. Okay, secondly, let's look at this picture of a pile of documents. What do you think is happening here? Okay, improper document management, filing not proper, unorganized, yes. So all these are signs of poor control of document. So poor control and document can cause documents and procedures are difficult to be found and difficult to be updated. So files will go missing, version control is not properly done, and then people might end up using obsolete documents. So this is often seen in paper-based systems. And then secondly, it's also manual and disconnected record keeping, because it will take you forever to search for the right file, and updates do not get shared properly during audits. And during audit, when you are searching for everything and everything is everywhere, it will cause a panic mode for everyone, not just for you searching for the information. As the auditor, I will also start to get anxious, or I will start to feel, okay, what's happening? What do I want? What's happening to my team? So everyone will become more stressed and anxious during the audit. So in the end, it will lead to delays or maybe duplication of data. And ultimately is a waste of time. Okay, let's look at the third picture here. So for the third picture here, someone is holding the word help. So because too many people is looking for this person and she needs help. Why does she need help? Okay, I see some people say incompetent staff, no designated owner, yes, poor records control, poor procedures, no all these. Yeah, so the reason this can be happening in your organization is because there are undefined roles and responsibility. There isn't a single person, or maybe it's not properly documented who is the reporting line, or maybe the job description is not available. So everyone just assumes that, oh, if I have any problems, I should ask the manager. If this is happening in all organizations, then all the managers will be very, very, very busy. So this is why we need to assign all the jobs, roles, and responsibilities properly, and needs to be documented in your organization chart and job description. Because if let's say no one knows what is happening or what they are supposed to do, then some processes might be missing, or some documents may not be filled in, or maybe some responsibilities are not being carried out because everyone doesn't want to do that responsibility. So it can lead to non-compliance. So maybe some of you feel that this is a bit extreme, but actually it's more common than we think. And that's why modernizing your QMS can make a big difference for you. So these gaps are actually not just inefficiencies, they're actually risks to your business and can affect your compliance status and also your customer trust. Okay. So what do you think is a modern QMS? In your own words, you can let me know what you understand by a modern QMS. Does it mean that it has to be paperless? Does it mean that everything has to be online? Okay, I see some people yet write paperless. Okay. Higher accessibility. Yes. Okay, cloud-based. Okay. Okay. So let's clear the air here on what a modern QMS is not first. So a modern QMS is not just about buying expensive software or fancy software and thinking that it can magically fix all your problems. If you buy one expensive software and then your team is not able to use it, or you don't have enough people to use it, then there's no point of using this expensive software. So a lot of companies fall into this trap thinking that as long as I buy the most expensive software, I have the most modern technology, then I have the solution to everything. So this is not the case. Okay, secondly, uploading SOPs into the cloud and calling it digital. So uploading all the SOPs in the cloud doesn't magically transform how your quality management system is being managed. So you may upload the wrong documents as well. You can upload the wrong version as well. This is actually not, it's part of a modern QMS, but it's not a complete modern QMS. It's more about just digitizing your storage. Next one, it's a one-time IT project. So modern QMS is not a one-time IT project. It's an ongoing process improvement journey. It's not about, okay, so now I've uploaded everything into my system, so everyone is aware of this system, so I can end my job here. I don't need to do any follow-up. I don't need to see if there's any review. So no, it's not a one-time project. You need to continuously review it and see what are the improvements required. Or maybe you can also see what are the other things I can do with my modern QMS. Next is, it is not about replacing people with automation. So a real QMS is about empowering your people. It's not about removing your people. It's not about saying, okay, now I have a system in place. I don't need anyone to handle everything. You still need your people because you want to empower them to help you to search for more opportunities. And how they can do this is by giving them the right tools, right workflow, and more visibility to work smarter and not harder. It's about making your management system more agile, more traceable, more compliant. So now that we have cleared up what a modern QMS is not, let's take a look at what a modern QMS should be. So first of all, it's a platform to manage all your quality documents and processes. Secondly, it should always be up to date. So version control should not be a problem in your modern QMS. Thirdly is that it can have workflow automation, meaning that let's say you fill in a form today, you can automatically assign it to your HOD or manager for approval. So after it has been approved, the form will be automatically sent to the right person to be filed. So this is what it means by workflow automation for review and approvals. Okay, next is keep tracks of changes and records. Yes, so all of the changes made, who made the changes, what has been changed, it can be there's a track record or audit trail there. So when auditors or management ask who did this change, why is the change, the answer is there immediately. It means less stress during your audits and during the traceability process. Next one is that it is designed to grow with your business and future ISO needs. So maybe if you're expanding your operations, it should help you to reach all your employees. And if you are pursuing other ISO certifications, it can also fulfill the other needs of the ISO certification. And most importantly is you don't have to rebuild the whole system if there's a change in your business processes. It can be continuously used. And lastly, of course, it is built to support your people and not replace them. It's about giving your team some tools to work smarter so you can free them up from all the paperwork so they can focus on your major processes and planning. Okay, so this is where we can introduce to you a software that we have managed to log into, which is Woodwing Scienta. So Woodwing Scienta is a digital quality management system designed to make compliance and help organizations efficiently manage and distribute their content and also knowledge resources. So whether you are handling SOPs, audits, or onboarding, Scienta helps you to stay organized, efficient, and audit ready. So Scienta is developed by Woodwing from the Netherlands, and they have had experience to help brands transform their structured information. And with our partnership with Nexus Consultancy's partnership with Woodwing, we are bringing Scienta to the Malaysian market to support businesses like yours to modernize the quality management system processes in line with the ISO requirements. So whether it's document control, workflow automation, or audit readiness, Scienta is built to help you to do it smarter, faster, and with more confidence. Scienta's tagline is QMS for everyone, and it actually means what it says because this Scienta is built for not just the quality team, but also for, let's say, you are from production, HR, admin, or procurement. Because in normal operations, only the quality team knows what is actually happening. So for everyone else, it might feel very complicated, not sure where to start, where to find all the documents, and not sure who to submit the form. So for Scienta, it's designed to be a clear and simple interface, not just for you to store your documents, but also to help you run your business processes more efficiently. So instead of me just telling you what Scienta is, let me show you a video of what Scienta can do.
Our world is centered around knowledge and information. Access to the right information at the right time is crucial, but can be challenging in practice. Often, employees find themselves entangled in a maze of documents and scattered information, resulting in chaos. Feeling the pressure? No worries! With the right tools, your organization can streamline information management and make processes clear and transparent. Introducing Woodwing Scienta, an advanced platform for quality and knowledge management. Manuals, procedures, forms, whatever it is, you can manage and share it with your employees from one central place. This way, everyone is always able to easily find, secure, and share information. With Woodwing Scienta, you don't just manage knowledge, you also harness its power. This enhances your company's efficiency and allows you to grow and truly focus on your customers. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Discover how your organization can benefit from the power of knowledge with Woodwing Scienta.
Okay, so as you all just saw, Scienta brings your entire quality management into one single clean and digital platforms. So all your documents are more structured and the version control is there and it's easy to access by all employees. Approvals and updates can be done with clear workflows, and then most importantly is it can prepare you for audits because all the trails are there with built-in records and also change tracking. And the best part is it's designed so that not just your quality team can use it, anyone in your organization is able to use Scienta because you can create actually different users with different roles. So this is what makes it a QMS for everyone and not just another system that gets used once a year just because you want to pass your audits. So now you might be wondering, why does this matter so much? So let me take you a step back and look at some of the real world challenges that many organizations have been faced today. So we know that many industries are drowning in information but starving for clarity. There are too much information, too much knowledge. You're not sure where to start. You're not sure which one is important. So this is known as the information chaos. First of all, we did these are based on case studies and some real world observations across industries. So these are not just an assumption. First of all is studies show that employees spend over 1 full day per week just searching for the right files or information. And after they find all those that search for it, 19% of all the employees, which is 1 out of 5 employees, are not able to find the information they want at all. And as laws and regulations are continuously changing, it becomes an increased pressure for the team to handle more complex and frequent manual updates to your document and processes. Lastly, I believe that the quality team can resonate with me is that there's always a lack of visibility and control. So it's difficult to track who is using which version, are they using the correct version, what has been approved, what's outdated, which can lead to blind spots, unnecessary stress, audit findings, and non-conformities, which can also cause a decline in your customer satisfaction and also confidence. Okay, let's test our second theory here, which is 19% of all employees cannot find the information at all. So I will give you 1 minute. You can try to find your quality policy, organization chart, job description, and also your ISO 9001 standard book. And let's see which one you can find. Okay, time's up. Let's see what you all can find. Okay, I see that many of you are able to find your quality policy, which is a good thing. Organization chart. Okay, many of you able to find organization chart, just maybe some of you not able to find it. Job description. So I saw that someone mentioned that the job description couldn't be obtained because it's being kept by your HR. Okay, never mind. So actually the job description should be accessible to you. And then so 9001 standard book also some of you cannot find. So this one, the standard book, it should also be accessible to you. Not just your 9001, all your standard books or all the relevant laws and regulations that apply to your organization should be accessible to you. Okay. So for those who are managed to find everything, congratulations. It means that you have a really good folder system. Okay. So what if you had an employee that can help you to find everything and provide you with all the information instantly?
Waar stond ook alweer dat kwaliteitsrapport?
Henk, zullen we dit even anders aanpakken? Hier is het kwaliteitsrapport. Thomas heeft een incidentenrapport ingevuld. En hier is het cadeautje voor Lisa. Hebben jullie het nieuwsbord al bekeken? Karin die heeft een zoontje gekregen.
Oh, wauw. Nou, nu toch iedereen hier is. Denken jullie eraan dat jullie de nieuwe veiligheidsregels nog een keer doornemen?
Ja, Scienta heeft al een melding gestuurd.
Oh, dat is handig.
Oké, ik zou willen beginnen met het volgende.
De inspectierapporten die staan klaar in je startscherm. Hier is het vorige ISO-rapport. En een cappuccino zonder suiker. Hey, Joost.
Oh, werk je met Scienta? Ah, dan zit het wel goed. Hoe was je weekend?
Goed.
Henk! Instructieboekje en de werkhandleiding, die staan tegenwoordig ook in de...
Ja, onze app. Dankjewel, Scienta.
Okay, so this video shows how Scienta can act as your new digital colleague, that one colleague that you can truly rely on to keep your team aligned, informed, and also compliant. That colleague who is super organized, always up to date, and never forgets anything. So it's not just a software that you'll be using, it's actually a knowledge partner for you. It can give you the instant access to the right information every single time. And the best part is, it doesn't take leave at all. It doesn't misplace any of your files, and it works across every department. And most importantly, it is available to you 24/7. Oh, your colleague that is always working. So in the end, what do you get out of Scienta is 3 simple things. First of all, clarity. Next, continuity, and then engagement. So for clarity, everyone is able to know where to find the latest information. So no more second guessing or asking, going through a chain of people to get the information you want. Everything is clear, organized, and up to date. Secondly is continuity. So when someone leaves the company, the knowledge stays in the company. It doesn't disappear together with them. Scienta helps to keep everything documented and accessible. Thirdly is engagement. So your employees are the important interested parties in your organization. So when things are easy for them to follow, people will feel more involved, and also they would like to follow your processes more. They will put in more effort because they feel more empowered and also motivated. So with Scienta, your quality management system is not just for audit, it's something that you use daily in your operations. So now that we've covered this, let's talk about some easy steps for you to modernize your QMS. To modernize your QMS, you don't have to do the transformation overnight. It's about making small improvements step by step. So first of all is you need to assess your current system. You need to review your existing system. What are the processes? Have they all been identified? Is the document sufficient? Do you have all the resources, your tools, or people to carry out your system properly? And then which parts of it is working well? What are the bottlenecks? So you need to identify all these areas for improvement. So after you have assessed your current system, you need to set clear goals. You cannot have too many goals, because if you have too many goals, you will be spread too thin to achieve everything at the same time. So you can identify maybe 1 or 2 important goals and work towards achieving it. Example is you want to improve your audit readiness, or you want to reduce approval time, you want to streamline the approval flow, or you want to enhance document traceability. So all documents can be traceable at one click. So all these goals are examples of goals you can set in order to move towards your modern QMS system. So next is to choose the right digital platform. So this is the part where all these tools come in. Like I mentioned earlier, a digital platform does not have to be any fancy system or very expensive system. It can be something as simple as maybe Google Drive, Microsoft Teams, or SharePoint. But you need to know how to make it work more efficiently for you to streamline your process flow and not just uploading all the documents there. Okay? Or for a more structured control, you can consider a dedicated platform like Woodwing Scienta. So what matters is that you choose the tools that support your goals. Example, workflow automation, document version control, audit trails, and centralized access. So the last step is we start small first and then we scale. So choose some of the key processes. Example, maybe training or document control or internal audit. Get your team used to this process or used to this system, learn what works and what doesn't work, and then adjust accordingly. So once you see the value, once your team is familiar with it, you can start to scale it across departments or maybe your branches or your subsidiaries. You can even apply it to all the ISO standards, not just quality management system. So again, it's not about jumping into the deep end straight away. It's about starting small, keeping it simple, and then gradually build towards a smarter and more connected quality management system, one step at a time. So as we wrap up today's session, let's revisit some of the core ideas that we have explored. So embracing a modern QMS isn't just about going digital, it's about building a smarter, faster, and also more resilient, a more strong organization together. So clause 7.5, which is documented information. If you have digital solutions integrated into it, using tools like Scienta or any other suitable system, it can help you to have stronger compliance, greater productivity, and more measurable ROI. And also, clause 10.3 in all the ISO standards remind us that continual improvement is a key process in our everyday organization. And the modern quality management system can support this by making your processes easier to manage, easier to monitor, and also easier to improve. Okay, so we have come to the end of our session. Is there any questions that you would like to clarify or ask? Okay, maybe I can start with a question first. So here's something that you can think about. Can a modern quality management system exist without it being digital? That means, can I use my paper and consider it as a modern QMS? So technically, yes, you can run a management system with printed SOPs, manual forms, and filing cabinets. And if it's manageable or well managed, very good. But can it be considered as modern? Probably no, because modern isn't just about compliance. It's about being efficient, being scalable, and it's responsive, and being audit ready at any time. And these qualities are actually very hard to achieve, if not impossible to achieve without digital tools. So while you can have a traditional quality management system that's very functional, a modern quality management system by definition is digitalization, because digitalization enhances real-time visibility, automation, traceability, and smarter workflows. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions here. Can Scienta be customized to match our existing SOP structure and naming system? So definitely yes. So according to the step that I showed just now, we will first of all assess what are the processes in your organization. So based on these processes, based on your number of employees, we will design a specific Scienta environment for you to match your system and also your processes. Next one is, can Scienta be used in a no network condition? So unfortunately, Scienta requires the internet to be able to function, but all your changes are being instantly saved. Okay, so next one is, can a modern digital quality management system adapt alongside internal auditing in terms of scalability, suitability, and traceability? So like I mentioned previously, is that a digital QMS system like Scienta, it's able to customize according to users and also to your processes. And in terms of traceability, you don't have to worry about it because all the changes that are being made is being recorded immediately. So you can trace back to which is the first version of the document, who made the changes, and what are the changes. So definitely it will help in your internal audit processes because traceability is there. So if let's say you want to know more about Scienta, we have also prepared a special session for you. We have prepared a seminar for you that will be conducted in our Nexus office. So this seminar titled Digital Strategies to Simplify ISO and SOP Management, we have managed to invite the Managing Director of Woodwing APAC region, Mr. John Fong, to join us and share more about Scienta. At the same time, our CEO of Nexus Consultancy, Mr. Darren Tang, will also be joining this seminar. So in this seminar, you'll be able to hear directly from these two important leaders as they share with you how leading companies are simplifying ISO and their SOP management with digital tools. So what you can do if you want to join is you can scan the QR code or you can click the link in our chat box in order to register. This is a great opportunity and it's only limited to 30 seats. It will be held in our Nexus office in Petaling Jaya, Kuala Lumpur. So if you are from another region or you are unable to attend in person, don't worry as well because we have prepared a special demo session, a one-to-one session for you where we will spend a few minutes to understand your processes and then assess your current setup and then share how others are approaching their digital journey. And during this session is also where we will walk you through a live demo of Scienta so you can see exactly how it works. So if you would like to join this one-to-one session, you can scan this QR code and then register and we will schedule the session with you. Okay, so before we end, I would like to end with this quote from Henry Ford, which is, if you always do what you have always done, you always get what you have always got. So how we can relate it is, in the world of quality, if we do things the way we have always done, then there will be no improvement. Like example, currently we have already upgraded our HR tools or our finance tool to use like an ERP system. And in our daily lives, we have moved from using physical maps to GPS maps, from snail mail to instant messaging, from old school landlines to your current phones. Okay, so we don't stick to the old methods because they are more time consuming, inefficient, and limited. We have moved towards up-to-date tools in order for us to work smarter, faster, and more effectively. So since finance, sales, HR, all these have already got their digital tools, so why not we do the same for our quality management system as well? Okay, so thank you everyone for being here today. Remember that if you would like to join any of our one-to-one sessions or our seminar, you can message us or you can click on the link in the chat box to register. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had a good session with us today. Thank you.